Okay, hi Omya. Congratulations on winning the Haring Qualifier. And could you introduce yourself, please, to the audience?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Omya Vidyarthi.
Okay, and you go to school where?
I go to Harker.
Harker School,
Yeah,
and you're in grade?
I'm in grade 9, a
Only
freshman.
nine grade. And this is the second time you won this tournament, is that right? The
Yeah.
Haring? Yeah. How was it the first time?
The first time I was a lot younger
Yeah.
and it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to come back. But in the past 2 years when I've played it, Rui's been dominating,
Right,
so
right, right,
yeah.
right, right, right. Yeah, Rui is. That's true. She actually won the women's state championship
Yeah.
this year. Yeah, she is. That's right. I hear you won a tournament in Mexico a while back.
Yeah, I played Mexico a lot and I really enjoyed playing there. That was when I was like 10, but it was a good experience.
Yeah. So you don't play there anymore?
I do. I go back. It's fun to visit different places there, and the tournaments are always well organized, and it's really
And your
fun.
brother plays too, huh?
Yeah,
So both of you play, or just two of you, is it?
yeah,
Yeah. I see. So it's a nice family outing.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. Now, are you going to go to middle? Are you going to go to Wisconsin for the herring? Are you going to go play?
Most likely, as of
Yeah.
now,
Are you going to go win for California?
yes.
Yes, yes, okay. Well, that having been said, I'm Elizabeth Shaunessy, and I founded the Berkeley Chess School 43 years ago, I think it is now, and I'm delighted to be welcoming Omya here, having worked hard all weekend to win this not easy tournament. It was a strong tournament. There were a lot of strong girls. It was really an interesting tournament. So we like putting on interesting tournaments. They're worthwhile. Years ago, I used to do it with the overall all girls uh, um, championship for the state, and I decided because when there were all girls, there were lots of little ones and lots of parents and lots of noise, and it wasn't fair to the better girls who were trying to concentrate and trying to um, do their best. So I decided I'll I'll just do a small, strong tournament for the better girls and have them by themselves so they can concentrate and do their best. And that's what we've been doing now for a couple of years, and I hope to do it some more years as well. So, having said that, perhaps you could show us a game you played. I would like to see it. I didn't see it. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So this is my round 4, and I'm playing black against Zlata Mokeeva. And I came into this round with both of us having a perfect score, so I really wanted to win, and so I decided to play something a little more aggressive. So it started off in the Italian.
You are white or black?
I'm black.
You're black. Ah,
So it
so
started
you
off.
won as black. Good for you. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it started in the Italian, and it was pretty normal until I after she played after she played h3, which is a slight inaccuracy because it allows me for the idea g5 g4, which weakens the king, and h3 I was anyways gonna go for this g5 idea because it's more aggressive and I really wanted to win this game, but h3 made it even better because then it attacks h3
Yeah.
after g4. So she went knight h2, which was rather defensive, and to push because right now g4 is possible, but they can take on g4, and then I would go rook g8 anyways. I thought it's better to start with rook g8 for the g4 idea still. She tried to stop it with knight g4, which I think is just a mistake because I have this nice idea: bishop takes g4, h takes g4, h5. I realized a little later in the game that maybe queen d7 could have been better and just putting pressure on g4 pawn that way. But I thought h5 was a nice idea because if g takes h5, I have the idea g4, and then if she goes h6, then I have g3, and then my bishop is pinning the king, and it's like probably winning then. So she would have to go like knight c4 so that g3 she has bishop e3, and then I can, instead of knight g4 then, I mean g3 then, I could just take on h5. So she went queen f3, which is just losing because of h takes g4, and then I thought she was going to go queen g3, just trying to stop it, and then I would have probably just gone queen d7 and threatened knight h5. But she went queen f5, and then I had this nice move, rook g6, which I think is the only winning move. And after rook g6, I'm threatening knight e7, trapping the queen, and she has no way to stop it. And so she went knight f3, and I had knight e7 still here, but then after knight takes g5, knight takes f5, bishop takes f7, king f8, bishop takes g6, it's winning, but I've preferred just taking the simple knight as it was easier and I didn't want to make a mistake in the long line. So then she went bishop takes g5, which was another mistake, but by now she's already losing. And so I took on g2, rook here. And then now I had two ideas. Rook takes g5, queen takes, bishop f2, king takes g2, bishop e1, rook takes, because if king takes f2 there, then there's knight takes e4, and pawn takes, and queen takes g5. But I thought it was better to start with bishop takes f2, and if king takes f2, rook takes g5, queen takes knight e4, same idea. But she decided to go queen takes f2, and I simply just won a pawn from that, and the pawn on g2 is like really annoying. So she went rook e3 to go for rook f3 and attack the knight on f6, and then the pawn on f7 behind it. So I decided to just develop my queen so I could queenside castle quickly. Then she went rook f3. Now I could have just gone rook g6 simply, but I thought it was a nice addition to go queenside castle, because if rook takes f6, rook h8, and then I'm threatening rook h1. And the only way to stop the mate is like queen f3 or queen e2, where I can just take on f6. And if queen f3 protecting that, then rook h1 and take on a1. And then I'm going to queen next move. So she realized that too and went rook g3. And then now I just wanted to simply trade, and then I went rook h8 because you cannot take on g2 because of rook g8. So she saw that, and I'm threatening rook h1 check, taking on a1. So she went king f2. And then I went rook g8 to protect the pawn because now she could take on g2. And then she went queen h3 check. I played queen d7, like simply offering a trade because I'm up a piece and 2 pawns. And then she went queen h4, threatening my knight, and I finally ended with queen g4. Now threatening g1 queen, or if she takes on f6, and if she trades the queens, then it's just simply a winning endgame, and here she resigned.
Good. That was an interesting game. My goodness. Yes. And it sounds as if you're winning for some time already. Yeah. But I don't blame her for going on. I mean, she probably.
Yeah, it was complicated still.
Yeah.
She had ideas, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate your coming and spending the time with us doing it.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll see you again next year for and do keep us informed as to how you're doing in Wisconsin, because we would like to know. Of course, we'll be following it ourselves anyway, but I'd like to hear from you how it went.